Welcome to AI for Good, the leading United Nations platform on artificial intelligence. Organized by the International Telecommunication Union, the United Nations Agency for Digital Technologies, in partnership with over 50 UN agencies, and co-convened with Switzerland. The mission of AI for Good is to unlock AI's potential to serve humanity. As a multi-stakeholder platform, AI for Good advances solutions, standards, and skills. In today's AI for Good event, we are counting on you to use the live video wall feature to ask questions and post comments to help create an engaging session. Boost your AI skills and elevate your career with the AI for Good Discovery Badge. Receive verified digital credentials that recognize your engagement in cutting-edge sessions, exploring how AI is being used to tackle global challenges. To see if a session is eligible, look for the blue badge banner on the right side of the video interface that activates at the end of each live session. Share your badge on LinkedIn and across your professional profiles, and check the AI for Good events webpage for upcoming eligible online sessions. Discovery Badge sessions are part of the AI Skills Coalition, ITU's global initiative to strengthen credible AI learning pathways and expand access to high-quality, trustworthy AI knowledge worldwide. We encourage you to stay until the end to chat, connect, ask questions, and network with our distinguished facilitators and world-class AI experts in the neural network. It is now time to kick off the session and welcome our first speaker. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Anna. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from me as well. I am Guilherme Martínez Rouro from the International Telecommunication Union, and I would like to welcome you all for joining today's AI for Good Innovation Factory session organized by the ITU. The AI for Good Innovation Factory is a program launched in 2020 by the ITU, the United Nations Specialized Agency for Digital Technologies, under the flagship initiative AI for Good. It's the leading United Nations-based pitching and accelerator platform that helps startups grow and scale their innovative solutions for global impact to address global challenges. And today's AI for Good Innovation Factory brings together AI startups, Cool Cycle Canning Technologies, Farmer Lifeline Technologies, Greenleaf AI, Ikimera Agritech, Nimbora, and Reed to showcase their breakthrough technologies addressing challenges in agri-food systems in the Global South. The collaboration between the ITU Innovation Factory and the World Food Forum aims to identify and promote youth-led startups that leverage AI, machine learning, and advanced algorithms to address challenges in agri-food systems with a focus on startups from the Global South. And the winning startup today will gain the opportunity to participate in the AI for Good Innovation Factory Grand Finale in Geneva, Switzerland in July, where they will compete on a global stage with the support and visibility of the United Nations and much more. And now I would like to kick off the session today. But before we look into those startups, I would like to introduce our very distinguished panel of judges. So feel free, judges, to turn on your cameras as I mention your name. So first of all, we have Abir Karat. He's Youth Innovation Specialist and lead of the Startup Innovation Awards at the Food and Agriculture Organization. We also have Agustina Maria Grossi, Program Officer in the Digital Diplomacy and Partnerships at FAO. We have as well Paul Bronson, General Partner and Managing Director at SOSV SF. And finally, we're joined by John Martin, Director of Competition and Partner Ecosystem at Extreme Tech Challenge. So welcome to all of you to today's session. And before I get started, I would like to start with you, Agustina, with a few questions to the judges. So what will you be looking for today?
That wasn't expected. We thought we were the ones to go to the question. I hope that you can all hear me correctly. Now, thank you so much, Guilherme, and everyone for having me. So what am I expecting today for this session? I think it's very inspiring to see how the youth-led innovation can shape responsible and impactful users of AI where it's needed the most. And I'm really looking forward to deepen those aspects here together.
Yeah, so thanks for this, Agustina. And Paul, I would like to ask you, how can AI really transform agri-food systems?
The central question to every single startup in the world is, will Anthropic crush you tomorrow? This is the most important question in the AI world. The large language supermodels and superintelligence can turn on to any market and crush it. They took down Microsoft's stock price. They took down Salesforce stock price when they released some software. What can they do to a little startup? What this means is know your market, execute in your market, create a moat, show you can do excellence in AI itself, and you can build things. Otherwise, farmers, supply chain people will just go to they'll just go to Claude and say, hey, how much pesticide should I put on my crops today? This is what we're looking for in this market. The AI is so powerful, it can triple yields. And I've seen it. I've seen it in the US. And it can save so much water. And what you guys are doing, great. But understand the global bar for what it takes to actually succeed so that you don't just do innovation theater and we actually solve problems together. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul, for these words. And now I would like to move to John. So why is so important for us to explore startups and give them a platform such as here, the agri-food innovation factory and the collaboration we have with FAO and the World Food Program? Is John with us, or maybe not yet? So
No, I'm sorry.
John, you're on mute. Yeah.
or John,
was
you're
on
on
mute.
mute. Okay.
Sorry. I think the value of startups is that they can often either sidestep or leapfrog established market structures. And particularly, I think in the global South, a lot of these are very old, from the mid 20th century. And it's very much like you see just with cellular service, that you go to many of these places that don't have a lot of the infrastructure we're used to, but they all have great 5G coverage, and they've just completely leapfrogged that. And they can do the same thing with information services, with what we sometimes call agricultural extension services, with market services, that they can jump directly from essentially nothing to something that is lightweight and cloud-based and adaptable. And in some cases, move to that faster than in the West, where there are a lot of legacy burdens. And I think startups have that agility and also the lack of sort of a legacy memory to be able to move more quickly on those innovations.
Yeah, thanks, John, for this. And finally, Abir. So what will you be looking for in today's startup cohort? And how do you think, these startups can make an impact in solving global challenges in agri-food systems?
Well, thank you so much, Guillem. I'm really excited actually to hear from the young entrepreneurs that they are coming from the global south today. And actually, what I'm looking for is to hear from founders who deeply understand the problem that they are solving. They have and demonstrate a credible path from prototype to market, and they really outline for us how they are using AI to solve these problems. So I'm really looking forward to hear from them, and honored and happy to be part of this judging committee, particularly representing FAO's Office of Youth and Women and the World Food Forum Global Youth Action Initiative, where empowering and engaging young people, and especially young women, is at the hardcore of what we do. So super excited to hear from all of them, and especially this is our second year of collaborating in this competition. So thank you, Guillem, and all of the team.
Yeah, no, thanks, Abir, and it's a great collaboration with you and the team. So thanks, judges, for joining us today. And now I would like to introduce our first team today. It is Cool Cycle Canning Technologies. So you will have 5 minutes to pitch, and then this will be followed by 5 minutes Q&A with our judges. and I will let you know when there is 1 minute left. So do we have the representative of Cool Cycle ready?
Yes.
Okay, amazing. So let me know once you can already share your screen and your presentation. Okay, that's great. Maybe like on full screen. And we will then start the countdown. So the 5 minutes start now.
Yes. Good day, everyone. My name is Koye. I'm the co-founder of Camine Technologies. And at Camine, we're building what we call Cool Cycle, which is an AI-enabled solar-powered cold chain and market access platform for Africa's smallholder farmers. In simple terms, to help move cooling, handling, and first mile market access closer to where food is actually produced, so farmers don't lose value before the produce, which is the final consumer. Today, we've already generated over 185K in revenue, worked with over 20 institutional customers. We've onboarded over 2,500 smallholder farmers. So this is not just an idea, we're already working in the field. So looking at the problem we're solving, the problem is that food is lost between the farm and the market because the cold chain or the food chain is fragmented. It's very hot here, especially in Nigeria, and it's very expensive. Too many farmers, harvest good produce. You can see from the traditional food chain we have here. We have so many. We have from the farmers to the cooperatives to the wholesaler, distributor. So it's a very fragmented system. And there is no cooling, there is no coordinated handling, there is no efficient route to better buyers. And so they are forced to either sell their food quickly or it goes to waste. And this food waste can reach up to 55% in Nigeria. So this is not just a food problem, it's an income problem, it's a supply chain problem, it's an energy problem, and it's a climate problem all at once. So this is why the timing really matters. Climate variability is making spoilage worse. Urban demand for reliable fresh produce is rising. Distributed solar now makes productive use of cold chain more viable than ever before. So going to our solution, so we've created what we call Cool Cycle that turns this broken cold chain into a managed cold chain corridor. We work with farm clusters at the beginning and aggregators. We support collection, pack house handling, provide affordable solar-powered cold storage solution close to production areas, and we help connect supply to stronger buyers or big off-takers through this shared logistics and digital matchmaking platform. But what makes our model especially powerful is that we have an AI operating layer where we use AI to forecast harvest timing and storage demand, monitor temperatures of our cooling infrastructure, the equipment health, help flag spoilage risks very early on, and also more importantly, match produce to buyers based on timing, location, and volume. So our customers are not just paying for cold storage. They are getting better preservation, better visibility, and a stronger route to market. So looking at the opportunity is quite large. Looking at Nigeria alone, the cold chain market is about 6 billion naira. This is according to the Efficiency for Access, UK8. Our business model is built around 3 revenue segments, targeting 3 core customers, which are the farmers and aggregators, small SMEs, and wholesalers, then institutional buyers as well. And we offer cooling as a service for storage and pre-cooling because affordability is a big issue for smallholder farmers. So they don't have to own the infrastructure, they just pay for cooling as a service. Then we offer distribution as a service for buyer matching and routing as well. Then we also have a build own operate for like the big food businesses that can afford these cooling solutions. What makes this a strong fit is that it gives farmers and buyers flexible entry points while creating recurring revenue for scale for us. Looking at our traction, what makes us confident is that we're already operational. We have 3 commercial hubs. We've onboarded over 2,500 farmers. We've saved over 250 tons of food waste. We've created jobs. We're currently building 8 new large scale-up hubs. We're working with 20 plus off-takers, and we've already raised about 900K in blended capitals to help this expansion. So the impacts
1 minute left.
The impact level is very real. Less spoilage means more scalable produce, better quality means stronger buyer confidence, Solar-powered cooling means lower dependency on diesel and more resilient food systems. So that is where the AI plays a lot of role, because the real focus is that we're using AI and clean energy to make food systems more efficient, more inclusive, and more climate resilient. And what sets us apart from others' solution is that others offer like fragmented solutions. We've combined infrastructure, operations, market linkage into one working system for real conditions in the global south. We're currently raising 2 million. We've already raised about 900K out of this. We want to reach 40,000 farmers, onboard more bulk buyers, and preserve more food annually. So this is not just an idea. We're already in the market working. We've worked with a lot of partners. The key ones are the UN, the IEA, Imperial College London, and we're also, working with more people.
Thank you very much for the pitch. And I think thanks so much. And so now we're gonna have like 5 minutes with the judges to ask questions. So the 5 minutes start now. Who would like to start?
This is Poe Bronson. I just want to ask a little question about the use of the AI. I really appreciate that you have built infrastructure here on the ground, and it does help create real moat for your business. I was very impressed. But I wanted to ask with the AI, like, how much has it demonstrated an economic benefit to the whole system? Meaning just having the solar cold hubs alone, without any AI, would still be possibly a very functional business. So I'm trying to understand the additional benefit or power of the AI itself as demonstrated in your startup.
Yeah, thank you. That's a very good question. So if you're looking at the cold chain or the hardware infrastructure alone, the advantage is that it creates access for smallholder farmers. But if you're looking at it from a business perspective, especially for a profit-making company, it's not really scalable if we just want to start offering like cooling as a service for farmers. It's great, the impact, the access, but the revenues don't come in. So like where we have like this AI-powered digital platform, where we are connecting the users of our cold rooms to high-value market or to like the big buyers, this is where the business is. This is where the main revenue is. And this is the big difference it's making. So this is where we can get enough revenue to scale up, and this is where the bulk of the business is, connecting our cold chain infrastructure, our users to off-takers. So like this is the impact AI is bringing into the business.
I appreciate that. We weren't given like financials, so I'm just curious, like can you put a number on that? Like how much additional revenue comes off the AI layer then?
Yeah, so most of the this past year we did about 185K in revenue, and most of it comes from like these connections we made.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Paul. So who would like to go next?
Yes, I have a question, Ricard. Thank you for the presentation. Regarding your team structure and their previous experiences, can you walk us through your team?
Yes, thank you. So personally, I'm the co-founder. I have about 10 years of experience when it comes to EPC and also for productive use of energy. I'm a second-time founder. Then we have our CTO, who is a professor of engineering, he brings about 40 years of experience in consultancy, in agro-processing, computer-aided processes, and also equipment designs. Then on the operations side, we have a project manager, we have a operations manager, and also we have our comms lead. So it's a blend of engineering. We have a very big technical background. I have an engineering background myself, but it blends like the engineering with the operation side as well.
So thanks for this. Agustin or John?
Yep. Well, thank you. Well, actually, my first one was quite similar to both, so I will avoid to repeat. It shows that there are some alignment there. I'm just more interested in if we can give us a little bit more details about your partnership plans, because I see some big names there. You mentioned the UNEP, yeah. Have you already engaged with them? Do you have like a kind of a set growth plan on how to expand your business, leveraging those resources, or what is a bit of plan here? Because I think that I haven't seen like really this element very developed in the presentation that you have shared.
Yeah, thank you for the question. So if you look at the first from the left side, we've engaged with all these people in the past, and we're still engaging with them. If you're looking at FCDO was one of the first partners that funded our, even from the R&D stage. Even more recently, just last month, we just secured a scale-up fund to expand our solutions. So these are active partners. UNEP, under the 3-Dem program, they're one of our newest investors that will scale up our solutions this year. So like these are active partners that supported us financially. We also have institutional partners like Imperial College that helps through the acceleration program. They connect us with with networks, with mentors, with if we have issues with around technical designs and all that. So these are all active partners that help us with funding, with technical assistance, and also helping us on our scaling journey.
Thank you very much for this Q&A segment. But time is out, so we will now move to the second pitch. Thank you very much for this first pitch, and I would like to move to the second startup. They are called Farmer Lifeline Technologies. Please let me know once you're ready, and we'll start the time.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, there we can hear you. So
Let me share
yeah,
screen.
please feel free to share your screen and turn on your camera. Okay, we can see you now. Okay, so the time starts now.
Thank you. So my name is Esther Kimani. I'm the founder and CEO of Farmer Lifeline Technologies. And at Farmer Lifeline, we get farmers ahead of crop pests and diseases. I draw my inspiration, having grown up on the famous slopes of the Aberdare Mountains, doing farming with my dad, just like other members of the community. Sorry, I think my slides are not moving. Yeah. So I draw my inspiration having grown up on the famous slopes of the Aberdare Mountains in Kenya. And this is where I got to see the devastating effects of pests and diseases, where at least a third of our produce was destroyed due to pests and diseases. And this really affected our livelihoods, meaning some of our basic needs actually went unmet. I was actually the only girl from my village who made it to the university because of the financial strains from the loss of our crops due to pests and diseases. And so this is me and my mom on my first day to the university with a gray suitcase. Now, my motivation to find a solution to this pressing problem was when I realized that this problem was not just isolated to my community, but also globally. Sorry for that. We lose almost half of the produce to pests and diseases, costing the global economy about $220 billion. And this food is enough to feed about 1.2 billion people every year. And it is projected that in the coming years, that amount would rise. And by mid-century, we might be losing actually 70% of the food produced to pests and diseases pre-harvest. Now, what smallholder farmers do in a bid to find a solution, they excessively use synthetic fertilizers and farm chemicals, emitting up to 9.8 billion tons of carbon annually. And that's about 24% of the total greenhouse emitted. Now, shockingly, if you compare it with burning of fossil fuels in the transport industry, over time, the agricultural sector might actually surpass their emissions. So we may ask ourselves then, why has the problem existed for so long? It's because smallholder farmers have had to rely on their own intuition and guesswork in identifying pests and diseases, or relying on private agronomists that charge $60 per visit to take samples to labs and then come back 2 to 3 weeks later with a diagnosis. And technologies such as drones charge $100 per hour to fly over their farms to detect pests and diseases. So these have been expensive and also lack the timely detection of pests and diseases required. So having studied a degree in computer science and meeting an able team, we developed and patented the first ever solar-powered crop pest and disease detection device. It leverages artificial intelligence and machine learning for the timely detection of pests and diseases. This is one of the farmers using our devices. So once they reach out to us, we deliver the device and permanently mount it on the farm. And then each one of our devices will continuously capture images of the crops on the farm. And once a pest or disease is identified, the farmer is notified through a simple SMS on the mobile phone. Now, each one of our devices is able to scan crops on a radius of 900 meters. And based on the land fragmentation in Kenya, it serves between 3 to 5 farmers. Now, each of these 3 to 5 farmers pays us a subscription fee of only $3 per month. We do not charge any installation cost. So it's a win-win for us by charging the $3 subscription fee, because if you compare it to the other options that they had, our innovation is 33 times cheaper than drones and 20 times cheaper than agronomists. Now, for the unit economics, each one of our devices costs us $140 for it to be there on the farm. And when it's serving between 3 to 5 farmers, we're able to recover our cost between the 6th and the 7th month. Now, we are big on gender. We train women on the use of the technology. 65% of our users are women, and Farmer Lifeline is woman-founded. We've come a long way, and so far we've installed our devices in over 5,900 farms, increasing farmers' yields and reducing their losses through the AI algorithms that are able to detect the pests and diseases on time and recommend the appropriate solutions for the farmers to apply. We've filed for 5 patents. We already have them. Some of them are pending, and we've saved over 100,000 metric tons of carbon from being emitted. Our goal is 1 million smallholder farmers by 2030. And because of our impact, we received the United Nations FAO Achievement Scroll. And this is the team that has made all this possible. Again, apologies that the screen isn't full. And we have expertise in artificial intelligence, software engineering, agronomy, finance, biosystems engineer, alongside an advisory board in agricultural research and also strategic leadership and operations. And I also sit in that board. We are looking to raise about 300,000 USD to invest in research and development to roll out a more powerful device to serve more farmers and reduce our operational costs, scale our impact, finish our global patent, and fund more partnerships. So thank you.
Thank you, Esther, and you were like exactly on time. So thanks for this and making my job very easy. So now we're gonna start the Q&A segment, and I would like to maybe start with John, since you didn't have the chance to ask a question to our previous startup.
Well, thank you. I guess one question would be on the AI side, you are doing crop and disease, and I think water and some other aspects all sort of combined. What sources are you using to feed that AI? That's a lot of different expertises that you're packaging in one service. What are your data sources for building those models?
That's a good question. We started with pre-trained models at the beginning, but we realized that the accuracy level of the pre-trained models was quite low, and some of their images were quite actually wrong. You'd find buildings, cars, and you're looking for images of certain crops like fruits, vegetables, and the like. And so we had to start training our own models. We identified data sets that would train the model with, but over time, the devices have been learning with the images that are being fed from all the farms that we've installed. And that way, the accuracy has increased to 97% as we speak. So we started with pre-trained, then moved away from the pre-trained. We had to hire software engineers, machine learning experts, AI engineers for them to train our own models, and now gotten to an accuracy of 97%.
And I guess I'll just quickly follow on. That means you need less of those, just those experts sound like a lot of labor. You'll need less of those going forward, or that'll be spread over a larger user base. How does that work?
I still believe that we'll need them because they understand the journey that we've come from, and we still need people who are responsible for the bot. At Farmer Lifeline, we believe that there should always be a person responsible for what the bot gives as recommendation, so that if there are any questions, even from the farmer, we know who we can point that to. So we still intend to retain them because they've understood the journey from founding of Farmer Lifeline to where we've gotten. And we're just very key when it comes to responsible AI, so that we know who to ask what at whatever point, even when we're with the smallholder farmers.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, who would like to go next?
I have a question, Esther.
Yeah,
I really
yes, go
appreciate
ahead.
that you're in market. Thank you for your invention. It really, really impressed your company. But on a technical level, I didn't actually understand what was happening. So I'm very familiar. We have conferences here with multispectral drones and thermal imaging drones. You know, you weren't just monitoring plant stress. You're actually, pinging farmers with recommendations of what to do about it. So I'm confused how you could see a spot on a leaf or a spot under a leaf from 950 meters away. Help me understand what's in the technology that allows you to make not just, hey, those plants are not doing very well, but to make a recommendation of what to do about it in some way, sort of discriminating between one disease and another. Thank you.
That's a good question. And it still boils down to how we've been able to train the models again and again to see healthy and infested crops. So if it's vegetables, it's understood kill. When it's healthy, when it has aphids, when there's a disease or a spotting, it's been trained so much to see that kill, to differentiate between a disease and even a pest. And we've done this by testing it at the 10th meter mark, at the 50-meter mark, at the 100-meter mark, for us to get to where we are today. It's not been easy, as you say, and that's why we've always done iterations. And to even get to a device that is scanning crops on a radius of 900 meters, we've done all the iterations on every mark, so that when we say we are guaranteeing increase in income of 35%, reduction in losses, it's because we've tried it, we've tested it, and we can assure any user of that. So there's a lot when it comes to the algorithms that is able to narrow down the recommendations for the farmer, locally available, affordable, environmental friendly, for the farmer to apply on the farm. All this, we can attribute it to the AI algorithms that we are using here at Farmer Lifeline. So the AI processing of the images would attribute that to that. Yeah.
Thank you.
And
Thank you very much, Esther. But we're out of time, unfortunately. Thanks to the judges for your questions. And we're going to move to the next startup. I know that we have many, many other questions, but I hope that we have enough information for the final assessment. So we're going to move now to Greenleaf AI. So are you ready?
Yes, please. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you very well. So you can already share your screen and we will start the 5 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, we cannot yet see your. Okay, the 5 minutes start now.
Okay, thank you. My name is Benjadid Rashad Sanusi, and I'm happy today to present you Greenleaf AI, where we work with farmers to detect disease, protect crops, and grow their revenue. So basically what we do, we are using AI to help farmers to detect and prevent dead palm disease, to improve their production and also income. So we focus on 4 SDG, 2, 6, 9, and 13. So it starts early in Benin, where I grew up with my father, which is agricultural engineer, and we have many plantations of palm. In those plantations, we face a lot of issues when it comes to disease. Those diseases like the BU disease affect our harvest. And when I came to Morocco 3 years ago, I saw the same issues when I was visiting some date palm here. So in Morocco, Morocco is one of the first countries in Africa who produce dates. And in those dates, we face a lot of issues. We have many diseases. One of the diseases is the bayou. And when this bayou attack the plantation, the date palm plantation, we see a lot of. And also we have other diseases like the black scurf disease, the diplodia disease. And those diseases make the farmer to lose a lot of harvest and also a lot of crop. And according to FAO, more than 12 million of date palm have been destroyed in Morocco because of those diseases. And also water help to spread the disease all over the farm. So the whole plantation can be destroyed because of the disease. And today, the farmer used to use pesticide and chemical product to solve these issues, but that is not really good for our health and also for our environment. So we at Greenleaf AI, we are providing them, the farmer and agricultural cooperative, an AI mobile application that help them to detect early the disease so that they can take action before it is too late. So our application is easy to use. It helps them to detect early so that they can take action also early. So it helps them also to increase the yield to 30% and also to reduce the treatment cost. And also we reduce the pesticides use because it's the way they use now to solve the issues. So basically how it's work, we have our AI model, we collect our own data to train our AI model, and after we add environmental data so that it can predict the disease before. So you just need to log in our application. After I take a picture of the leaf of the date palm, and our application will be able to say if it is sick or not. Depending on the result, the application provides recommendation to the farmer. Our AI model is trained on deep learning model YOLO version 8. So our business model is on 4 steps. We have the subscription per hectare, where depending on the size of the plantation, we have a monthly subscription for the farmer. And also we have the pay per scan. And also we have the cooperative model for the whole year because the cooperative, they have many farmers inside this one cooperative. And also we have the freemium version that help us to also test our solution and also collect more data. And we started at Trata Filalet, a region in Morocco, where they produce a lot of date palm, and we are targeting 10% of this market. And after we go to other regions in Morocco, where they also produce a lot of date palm. And after we'll go globally in regions like Algeria, Egypt, Tunisia, and also Saudi Arabia and UAE, Qatar as well. So what makes our solution really amazing is that it's really easy to use. The farmer can access to it easily. And also we collect our own data. We train our model on the specific data we collect on the farm. And we have many competitors, but we collect our own data and also we train our model on those data, and the application is easy to access. The solution have been recognized at a national level and also at the global level. Last year, we were one of the top 30 AI projects for SDG by UNESCO, and also we received an award about our innovation in China last year. And we have been one of the WSC's champion for 2025, and also we received many prizes in Morocco as well. So we don't work alone, we work with many partners. We have partners in farming. We have Ecoasis who help us to connect with farmers. We have many partners also at university level and also at the startup level who help us to safeguard one of the tree for disease and climate stress. So we also aim to collaborate with more partners to make our solution to help to identify disease for more than 8,000 farmers. So we want to collaborate with UNDP, UNEP, ITU as well.
Thank you. Thank you very much for this. And sorry for interrupting. So I would like to now give the floor to our judges for questions. So who would like to go first?
Maybe yes,
please go
maybe I
ahead.
can go. Thank you, Benjadid, for the presentation. My question is regarding the training and the knowledge transfer for the farmers that they do not have any previous exposure to the model that you are using. So, can you walk us through the trainings program if you have in your setup?
Okay, thank you so much, Abby, for the question. About the AI model, as I said, we have trained our AI model ourselves based on the data we collect on the field. So we went to the farm, connect with the farmer. So we take the photo of the dead palm, the one who are sick, and also the one who are not sick. Based on that, we classify them, annotate them to build our AI algorithm. So we use YOLO, a deep learning model, to do that about object detection. And after we train that, and based on that, we add more environmental data so that the application can predict if the dead palm will be sick or not. So the farmer just need to log in our application based on the subscription he did, and also take a picture of the leaf of the palm. And after, our application will be able to analyze this image and tell if the dead palm is sick or not. And depending on the result, the application will provide some recommendation to the farmer.
Okay, thanks for this.
Well, maybe you can just jump in now.
Yeah,
Now
we
it's lady's turn, right? Now, Benji, I remember you from WISIS indeed, because we were also part of the edition of the WISIS Champions. So again, thanks to ITU for convening, and enabling all this ISTA solution through this platform, the AI for Good and the WISIS. We see that there are a lot of synergies there. So congratulations to all. Well, I think that you have a very clear and targeted value and a business proposal there, but kind of specific niche, no? Because it's really focusing on the early detection of data plant diseases, no? So I was just thinking, did you consider that the element of replicability of your solution, for example, for other products or other AI users, so that to be able to expand larger your growth opportunity and reach other markets?
Yes, thank you for the question. We have some early adopter, like for the pilot, because we have collaborating with two cooperatives in Morocco who help us to collect data and to train our AI model. And after the training, we also test the solution with them. So we currently in our second phase of the pilot phase, so that we can be able to increase the accuracy of the AI model. So for the business model, we have 4 pillars, depending on the size of the plantation, that help us them to make a subscription per month. And also we have pay per scan. So if you want to use the application just for few time, you can just pay and scan and use the application. And so we also have the cooperative model, that is the whole year process that make the whole cooperative to benefit from our solution. And the basic version to just test, and also it helps us to collect data to improve our AI model as well, the accuracy.
Okay, thanks for this. I'm not sure if John or Paul, if you have any questions.
Yeah, hi, Benjadid. In September, I went to 15 date palm plantations between Marrakesh and Rizuga. And my understanding is, and what I saw was that the Fusarium bayou is, it's fatal. And so my question is about actual remedies. The primary remedy is actually to pull them out and to put in a resistant cultivar, grown from shoots with new plantations. And the king has done a lot of work on this, outside Marrakesh. So my question is really on the intervention. Like, what is it you're really trying to tell a farmer they can do if they've got bayou, because it's basically just no known chemical solutions. Certainly, you can kind of keep it at bay a bit with some other soil microbes. We're just trying to understand the ability to actually save these date palms.
Okay, thank you so much for the question. Yeah, it's true. When Bayud is there, there is nothing we can do. Is why our application, we are working on 2 parts. We prevent and also we detect. When it's about prevention, we provide information that can help farmer to prevent that disease to come. But if the disease is there, we just recommend to kill this dead palm because it can contaminate the odor. And also we have some preventive recommendation and also some curative recommendation. It depending on the stage of the disease we detect. So we have the prevention part and also the detection part. So depending on the stage, we provide the recommendation. But when the youth is already there, it's already too late, is why we focus more on the early detection.
Yeah, thanks very much for this, and thanks for this like third pitch. So now we are gonna move to Ikimera Agritech for the fourth pitch of the session. So Ikimera Agritech, I see you ready. Could you share your screen? Okay. Like on full screen.
According to Global Hunger Index 2022, Rwanda ranks as the 22nd most hungry countries globally. And here's why. 987,000 households are currently facing food insecurity, while 46,000 are severely food insecure. We are Team Ikimera, an AI-powered multimodal crop disease detection, all protocols duly observed. My name is Eunice Adeosi, and I'm representing Ikimera Agritech. According to statistics, 70,000 of Rwanda's workforce relies on agriculture, while it contributes 31% to Rwanda's GDP. However, 20 to 40% of global crop losses are due to crop diseases, and 80% of smallholder farmers are affected by these crop diseases. This is why we introduce what is called Ikimera. Ikimera is an AI-powered precision agricultural platform that detects and manages crop diseases early. We also use multimodal data. That is, we don't just depend on images. We also use soil indicators, weather patterns, and sometimes farmer voices or text inputs in their local dialects. Our AI uses hierarchical neurosymbolic search, HNSS, to prevent AI hallucinations, whereby aside from deep learning, we also use rules and logics to make sure that it gives precise diagnosis. It is also an offline first tool for zero to low connectivity, and we provide this diagnosis in local languages as Kinyarwanda, French, and Kiswahili, as we're looking to expand across East Africa. And at the end of the day, it will improve yields, reduce chemical use, and also strengthen food security. And here is how our MVP looks like. First, when they sign in, they're able to upload their images, describe whatever it is that they see on the image, and then our AI model analyzes it and saves it to history. And with time, they're also able to see the history and see what exactly is the prominent disease that is on their farmland and how they can make better decisions based on that insight. Also, based on the weather forecast, we're also able to give them diagnosis and give them recommendations that they are to use per season. This is how our business model works. We operate with an hybrid B2B2C business model, where smallholder farmers pay $1 seasonal fee for diagnosis, while agribusinesses and research partners, they pay subscriptions and also licensing fee to get our insights, which is also how we make money. And also we collaborate with governments and NGOs because we have a dashboard where, based on all of these insights of crop diseases that have been analyzed, we can give them insights and make them better make decisions. And here's our traction. We are currently at our MVP stage and pre-revenue, but we have been able to secure strong validation for our core concept. We were awarded an honorable mention at the biggest machine learning summit in Africa, where we pitched our project. Also in Berlin, Germany, where I also presented about Ikimera at Falling Walls. And we've been able to engage about 20 smallholder farmers just learning how they currently what the current solutions that they use in regards to solving crop diseases. And we've also been able to initiate pilot partnership with key stakeholders in Rwanda. Now, here's our unique value proposition. We are multimodal AI tool, which is unlike other tools that just focus on just image analysis. We also offer locally relevant recommendations. We also have human in the loop, because we know that sometimes AI may not be 100%, but we have human in the loop, whereby when an insight is provided and it is not okay, we take it to the human agronomist, who is able then be able to review it. And also we are building Africa's largest ethical data set, because this agricultural data set, we do not get we have PII, we do not get their details, we only get the crop diseases and the analysis. And that is also what makes us different from our existing alternatives. This is our team. We have experience in machine learning, in IoT, and also we have experience in whatever it is that we need to do in regards to this project. And we also have someone that helps us go down to the field and get insight from these farmers. Here's why you should invest in Ikimera. We are building a multimodal deep learning data set. We have potential for regional expansion. We also have diversified income streams because we not just depend on the $1 that we get from the farmers every season. We're also building Africa's largest data set, like I mentioned, which is going to be used for predictive modeling, adaptation research, and also for partnerships. And by investing in us, you're also empowering farmers, strengthening food security, and building climate resilience across communities. We invite you to join us as we cultivate intelligence and grow resilience. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much, Eunice, for the pitch. And now time starts for the judges. Who would like to go first? Any questions from our judges?
Well, just I appreciate you're using a neurosymbolic search. I'm just and that it's multimodal. I just don't quite have a sense as to how built is this and how proven is this, Eunice? Thank you.
I didn't really get that. Can you take it again?
Yeah, sure. So is the system already built? Is it on farms in Rwanda? Is it fully working? I'm trying to understand this current status of your AI system, essentially.
Okay, thank you so much. So I'm also a co-founder from Ikimera Agritech. So regarding your question, right? So as we all know, HNSS, it's one emerging field in the aspect of AI. It's an emerging AI framework, right? And research has shown that it can be used in multiple areas, right? And that's why we are actually harnessing it in the aspect of agriculture, in the agricultural sector, right? And yeah, also over time, as I've said earlier on, that research has shown that HNSS is a proven AI framework, right, in different sectors. It has been proven in the healthcare sector, and presently we are also making use of that in the agricultural sector, since also the things that we are actually, or the data which our ML model is using, it's multimodal, as Eunice has said, right? Both image data and different type of data, both tabular text data and image data. So these two combined actually also makes HNSS worthwhile, or what we work with presently. Yeah.
Just so I keep all of the audience in the loop here, thank you, Samuel. To understand what an HNSS system is, it's essentially a blend of a semantic system and a neural network system. So the semantic aspect has a rules-based expert that is in a mixture of expert model blended with a neural network system. So those rules, understanding where to put those semantic rules, becomes a big burden on a startup doing this, though I 100% agree with Samuel, this is the way to best prevent hallucinations. So that's why I was asking about, like, do you have all your rules in set, your semantic side, and is the whole thing working? So, but thank you. We don't need to go any more into it. I just want to make sure everyone followed our train of thought. Thank you, Samuel.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Paul, for this. John, Abir, or Agustina, who would like to go next? Okay, so I understand that there are no more questions. So if that's the case, I would like to move to the fifth startup today. Thank you very much, Samuel and Tim. And we will now give the floor to Nimbora. Nimbora, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, Kavita. So feel free to share your screen. Okay, we can see your screen, but not the presentation yet. Okay, excellent. So the time starts now and you can turn on your camera as well. Thank you.
Just give me a second. I have some technical difficulty. काय करू सांगा ना?
ठीक आहे सांगते ना
अनम्यूट करा ना.
Kavita, please let us know once you're ready.
Yes, perfect.
Okay,
so
excellent.
difficulty.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You can start.
Yeah, hello everybody, and thank you for this opportunity. I am Kavita, co-founder of Nimbora. We are women-led startup. At Nimbora, we are building the intelligence layer for water, helping farmers, enterprises, and governments measure, optimize, and monetize water use. If I talk about problem, water systems today are structurally constrained. Demand is rising, supply is capped, and agriculture consumes nearly 80% of water, mostly without measurement. This leads to massive inefficiencies, groundwater depletion, and a global crisis. This is not India's problem alone. Every river basin in the global south faces the same structural constraint: growing demand, shrinking supply, and zero measurement infrastructure. 20 years ago, carbon faced the same challenge: no way to measure or trade savings. Vera came in and built that infrastructure, and a multi-billion-dollar market is followed. Today, water has the same gap, and that is the opportunity we are addressing at Nimbora. What we are providing is just not another IoT or analytics platform. Nimbora is the first system that combines on-ground sensors, satellite cross-validation, and AI-driven crop modeling to independently verify every unit of water saved. This makes the data auditable, tamper-proof, and market-ready. That is what unlocks something new, which is water savings are no longer just efficiency. They become certified, tradable economic assets. We measure, verify, optimize, and monetize water savings across farms, enterprises, governments using four product lines, which is FarmCore, FarmLens, impact reporting, and grid core. We operate across four layers: sensing layer, intelligence, verification, and impact layer. From capturing real-time data to optimizing decisions using AI, to verify savings and converting them into economic value. If I have to tell you a story, let me tell you a story about Sunita. She's a farmer in Maharashtra district, India, and she has 2 acres of cotton land. Every day, she's irrigating her farm with approximately 800 liters of water using her traditional knowledge, which is more or less is a guesswork. So with Nimbora's solution, that has changed. Our system reads soil moisture, satellite data, and determines how much water exactly the crop needs. Irrigation has dropped to 400 liters from 800 liters after using our solution. 400 liters are saved right away, which are verified, certified, blockchain registered. Now imagine there is a textile mill approximately 200 kilometers away, which needs to reduce water extraction with regulations to comply with the regulations. For the first time, it can buy Sunita's verified savings. Sunita earns, the mill complies, and the water stays in ground. Now imagine that across millions of farms in India, then imagine it across global south, and that is what Nimbora is. If I talk about our traction, we are already live with pilots across multiple states in India, enterprise interest and discussions, and our platform is operational with verified water savings. We have also demonstrated this globally at India AI Summit, which was held in February 2026.
Thank you so much, Kavita, but unfortunately, time is over now. So I would like to open the floor to our judges for the Q&A segment. So do we have any judge who would like to start?
Yeah, this is John. I'll start. A lot of this sounds really good, but I'm looking at some of the information you shared. That a key element is there's now this telemetry mandate. The Green Credit Program helps support it. You mentioned the 100 million farmer IDs and several other things. And my question is, how India specific is the whole demand and business model? There's clearly a great infrastructure in India and it's a huge market, but I'm wondering how really scalable this is beyond India.
If I have to talk about South Global, we all are facing the same problem. The water resources are depleting, the groundwater is depleting, and there is no precise irrigation happening right now. So our model and with the integration of AI technology, we are not only managing water, but we are also equipping farmers with the precise technology, which will help them growing their yield, as well as it will benefit them with the water credits. And as per our research, there is a huge market, not only in India, not only in global south, but globally.
Okay, thanks for this. I don't know, John, if you have any follow-up question.
No, I could drill further, but please go ahead, other folks.
Okay. So maybe Agustina or Abir, do you have any questions?
Yes, from my side, thank you for the presentation. Maybe a question on the water credit monetization process. Like, can you walk us through like your methodology? Are there any third-party verifications on your solution?
Can you please repeat your question?
Yes, so I'm specifically asking about the monetization of the water savings that you have mentioned in your pitch. Are there any third parties verifications on that? Other people like have tried your solution or tested for this?
So we are currently in process of piloting and testing our water operating system. And there is a lot to do with the monetizing and the entire process. So if I talk specifically, Abir, that this is water credit is a very new concept, and we are trying to create the awareness among not only farmers, but other agencies which are supporting agriculture and water conservation. So if I have to answer, currently there is no third-party evaluation going on. I hope.
Yeah, thanks for this. So, Agustina, any questions from your side or Paul?
Maybe very quickly on my side. Now, congratulations, Kavita, to have made it to the AI Impact Summit in India. We also had some colleagues that were over there, so reported. I was just wondering, because now maybe if you have some details at what is the current status now, where you're standing in terms of verified impact, some results now, and how does the verified water saving can really translate into real incentive or behavior change for the smallholder farmers now that you're targeting?
Yes. So if I have to go back to the slide, answering your first question, we are piloting across Maharashtra and Haryana, and we are gathering data. We are also having discussions with some of the big companies, beverage companies, who are using our platform, and they are testing it for their water savings. Answering your second question, how it is, how the water credits going to help farmers? Was that the question?
Yeah, how it can like translate into measurable and concrete behavior change for this specific target audience.
Yes, I mean, there is definitely a behavioral inertia right now. Any new technology, any new innovation we are introducing, it is a little difficult, and that too at a level of farmers where they are really lacking understanding of technology and how it is benefiting them. But as I said, and as I gave you the example of Sunita, that once we create the marketplace, and let me emphasize here that our marketplace is going to be at the sub-basin level, because water is a hyper local. So once we create this entire system, we have an end-to-end solution for water conservation. And
Rita, thank you so much. But for fairness with all our contestants, we need to finish here the Q&A segment. So thank you very much for this.
All right,
And we will now move to the last speech. So the company, the startup is called Ruit. Are you ready? Johannes, you seem to be ready.
Yes, sir.
Amazing. So time starts now. Thank you very much.
Okay. Hello, my name is Johannes Halim. I'm the co-founder of Root. Root is an AI-powered fresh produce supply chain platform that coordinates logistics, retailers, and farmers into one digital infrastructure. The problem: the current supply chain of fresh produce in Ethiopia is broken. Ethiopia is the second most populous nation in Africa, with 123 million people and 17 million smallholder farmers. 40% of Ethiopia's GDP is generated by agriculture. The current supply chain, based on FAO, compensates 15 to 20% to farmers. The other margin is captured by brokers and middlemen. For a retailer to restock fruits and vegetables in Ethiopia, he needs to go to the wholesaler market at 3 a.m. every single day. When he goes to the wholesaler market, he has no idea about what is the price of the produce and whether the produce is even available. The solution Roots has come up with is a buyer-led, farmer-centric platform. This will compensate farmers fairly and use artificial intelligence models to forecast demand and forecast the supply to optimize the supply and demand to reduce food loss. Retailers wouldn't have to make unnecessary trips to farmers markets every single day. Roots is currently in the Ethiopian Artificial Intelligence Institute Startup Center. We are in the first cohort. Our model was trained by 45 surveys from retailers and demand data that has 91% accuracy based on synthetic data. Once we launch it into the market, we expect to have a 78% accuracy and increasing upon that. Our harvesting window takes 5 data points. The first one is rainfall, the second one is input distribution, the third one being planting date, and the fourth one being the satellite imagery. Our AI use is real, meaning previously, when wholesalers procured from farmers, they had no idea how much produce they needed. This promoted a lot of post-harvest losses and unfair compensations to farmers. Why now? Although Ethiopia is the second most populous nation and heavily agricultural dependent, there are around 1% of funding that goes into Ethiopia. And this is why this problem hasn't been solved in Ethiopia. If you go to other markets like Kenya, Nigeria, Egypt, Morocco, these structural problems has been solved. But the previous structure in Ethiopia wasn't promoting of innovation. Thus, the agriculture sector in Ethiopia is very overlooked. But why now? Infrastructure is emerging, government is shifting towards digitization, and food security is a huge issue. Our market size was done by a bottom-up approach based on our retailer surveys. Retailers spend upon $1,000 every single week. Thus, they will have a GMV of 39 million US dollars per annum. Our business model is twofold. The first one is SaaS for the supply chain actors, including the warehouses, clusters, aggregators, and retailers. The second one is transaction fees based on every transaction completed by our supply chain. Our go-to-market strategy is we partner with Ethiopian Agricultural Transformation Institute, which has an agricultural cluster commercialization program that clustered 10 million farmers. And on horticulture, they have seen a 6 times production increase. But the bottleneck for them is once the production is there, there is no clear go-to-market. Although they do give farmers national market information system, they do not buy the produce from the farmers. And also we have a cold storage warehouse deal partnership with Ethiopia Trade and Business Corporation. Our traction is we have 10 letter of intents live with retailers. We are currently piloting our software, which is the harvesting window supply forecast in 5 clusters, which represents 272 farmers. And our demand model has 91% accuracy, which we expect 78% in the real world. Our founding team is 2, which is me and my brother. I have a deep experience in the business world, specifically in the fruits and vegetables and the corporate finance. My brother is a very technically gifted software developer, and our funding ask here is $100,000 for majorly for OPEX, no spend for CAPEX at all. And let me finalize here. These are the impacts. If you have any questions, I can take them.
Thank you very much for the presentation. So we're going to start with the Q&A. Any of the judges would like to start with the first question?
Okay.
Yeah, this is... Oh, go ahead. Oh, this is John. I was going to ask sort of a competitive question, which is your benefit model is you're basically eliminating the revenue share for brokers and to some extent wholesalers. And I doubt if they're going to just say, sure, fine, we'll go out of business. How much pushback, business or political, do you expect from the broker wholesaler community if you're completely sidestepping them, which on the whole is a good thing, but that can often be a big hurdle, disenfranchising a previous revenue source for them?
Amazing question, John. Thank you for that question. We expect a lot of pushback from the wholesalers because they have all the pricing power, which they wouldn't want to digitize and give away. Thus, we are attacking new market comers, which is Ethiopian Trade and Business Corporation doesn't distribute to retailers, but they want to. They have a new $10 million cold storage warehouse in Addis Ababa, and they want to utilize that warehouse. And for the brokers, we don't want to eliminate brokers, but there are previously a lot of fragmented brokers. But if a broker would want to digitize and work in a formal economy, they can work with us. We are building the structure. The previous structure is very informal, wastes a lot of food. But now, with this structure, brokers can work in a formal way, and we have government backing. Since the government has, this is an issue of a national scale. Thank you.
Thank you very much for this. Paul, do you have any questions, or Agustina, Abir? No questions?
I will ask a quick follow-up if I can. One of your last slides there, I think it's on goals. Yeah, there we go. Back one. Goal said increase farmers' incomes by 15%. But if I go back to your circle chart, it looks like they're going from like 20% to 50% or 55% in your latest one. That seems like more than a 15% increase. Can you square those up Am I misreading that?
No, you aren't. We meant the farmers' incomes will be 55% of the margin captured throughout the supply chain, not their
Right, but
income.
if they captured 20% before and they're up to 55%, that seems
Yeah.
like it's like more than doubling, not just 15%.
It is. On here, we mean that they will capture 55% of the margin previously taken by the middleman. But in actuality, if we're comparing it, it's more than double. You're right.
Okay, so it's total income versus just margin. All right,
Exactly.
I could drill deeper, but that's fine. Thank you. Others, please go ahead.
Okay. You're muted.
Yeah, other questions from the judges. Otherwise, we are gonna stop here. So thank you very much for all the pitches. And now the judges, you're invited to join the separate Zoom link that my colleague Paulina will be sharing with you on the chat, and to make your final decision. So feel free to join the link, and then we will reconvene here as soon as you should have received the link via email. So feel free to join that room for the final decision. And in the meantime, I'm going to have a brief chat with the startups here. Feel free to rejoin as soon as you come with the decision. Thank you very much. So see you in a bit, judges. And now I would like to move to the startups. I mean, we had like really amazing 6 pitches today from African continent, and then as well from India. The judges will have now time to make the final decision to select the winner of today's session. So, while the judges are making the final decision, I would like to have some chats with the finalists today. So as mentioned at the beginning of the session, the winner today will participate in the AI for Good Innovation Factory Grand Finale with opportunities including like a Leaders Pass, exhibition booth, pitching at the frontier stage, mentoring, and more, including participation in our startup accelerator program. So what would you do if you were the winner in today's session? And I would really like to open the floor to all the participants today. So feel free to turn on your cameras and you can answer to the question. So Eunice, what do you think about this?
Oh, thank you very much for the question. So if eventually Ikimera makes it to the global stage in Geneva, that would first of all be a very good validation of our core concept. And we'll not just be standing on that stage, we'll be bringing the whole of Rwanda and East Africa to the platform. And what we're going to leverage strategic partnerships during that time, because one of the things that Ikimera prides on is our partnerships, because we need those key stakeholders to believe in our mission and invest in it. So we'll be leveraging those partnerships, and we'll also be getting technical feedback, like the question that one of the judges asked about HNSS. We'll also like to delve deeper into that during the summit as well, and also just to secure the investment that we requested for. That is also another thing that we're looking to get if we eventually make it to the global platform, and make sure that Ikimera is not just in Rwanda, but across East Africa. Yeah.
Thank you, Ernest, for this. So who would like to go next? Maybe Kabita?
Yeah, thank you for the question. And definitely, if we are the winner today, we will feel really excited and privileged to go to Geneva because, going to such events is always deepening our understanding, connecting with other companies and organizations in the same field. And especially here, if I want to say that networking with people from FAO and all these expertise organizations information would definitely help us further develop our solution, and we would definitely focus on enhancing our platform, and this would allow us to expand and reach and create an impact for the sustainable water management. Thank you.
Thanks for this, Kavita. And I know that it's quite late already in India, so thanks for being with us today. And Samuel, what is your opinion? Like how, I mean, as you know, AI for Good was launched by ITU in 2017, like really focusing on how AI can help solve some of the humanity's biggest challenges. So since 2017, ITU has really been leading the efforts together with our 53 UN partners to really ensure that we can identify AI, practical use cases using AI, and scale those solutions for global impact to accelerate progress on solving these global challenges. I think the Innovation Factory is a great example on how we are able to identify practical use cases from all around the world, and specifically this session focusing on agri-food systems from the global south, like with incredible entrepreneurs that we're seeing, like from so many African countries, but like as well, like from Asia, from like Latin America. So like really, how very interesting to see how each of you are targeting different issues, different big challenges that that your countries are facing, like from the identification of like crop pests, like to the different elements that you were discussing, and how you're doing it in a way that you leverage the local ecosystem, creating local solutions for problems that might be now local, but you know they can be useful as well, very useful in solving global challenges. So I think here, like Innovation Factory is a really important part of the AI for Good movement, and especially as part of the solutions and knowledge pillar of the initiative. But as well, as you know, we don't only want to give you the opportunity to pitch as part of the AI for Good platform, but we really want as well to help support you scale up your solution for global impact. And for this, I'm happy already to share with you that the finalists of this session will be able to participate in our accelerator program in Geneva with workshops and masterclasses just tailored for the startups participating in the program. And this means that during the AI for Global Summit in Geneva from the 7th to the 10th of July, besides participating in the AI for Good Innovation Factory pre-finale, you will be participating in a tailored program just for the finalist startups of the Innovation Factory. This year we're gonna have 12 startups in the cohort, and all of them have been selected throughout the pitching sessions that we hosted throughout the year from September 2025 to April 2026. So this is gonna be the penultimate session we have this year, and like really they cover many different areas from healthcare to education to some focused sessions. Some of them were on Africa, in India, next week in Turkey. So like really bringing on board really diverse ecosystem of startups leveraging AI to solve global challenges. So this as well, to give you a bit of more background of the initiative and what we are trying to achieve. And Samuel, I will be very happy as well to learn about your future plans, like current bottlenecks, and how you will leverage this opportunity if given today.
Yeah, thank you so much. Just as other people have said, and just as Eunice has said, right? You know, one thing I'm very sure is that AI is an emerging technology to the future, right? And it's so great to see that the IT in partner with with the different partnerships and partners that they have are really doing this, right? So if we're selected for this, right, to come to Geneva, or it will be a really great opportunity for us, actually, right? And we'll be using this summit in different ways, right? Spanning from securing technical securing technical feedback, because that is very important, right? Because one thing is that we are building technical things, right? Technical solutions for people. So one major thing is actually to secure strategic and very, very important feedback, right, from different people regarding our technical solution and all, right. So the opportunities will actually be it's a very, very privileged and great opportunity for for our startups, and we'll be really, really excited for that. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Samuel, for this. And what about you, Benjedit? So happy as well to hear your views about this.
I don't know if you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you, and feel free to turn on your camera as well.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. For us, it will be great to be there on stage, because it will be a way to look for more funding for what we are currently doing, because currently we are in phase 2 of our application, and we are looking to investors who are really happy to support agri-tech and also what we are doing in date palm. And the date palm market is really big. Indeed, Morocco is one of the top producers of date palm in Africa. We have Algeria facing the same issues of disease detection rate, and also we have Algeria, Egypt as well. And also, when we go to Nigeria, the north part, they also have date palm trees. So we have a market there as well. In Congo, the same. And if we went abroad, like in UAE, in Qatar, they also have date palm there, and also they have the same issues when it comes to Beirut. So being at the stage at the AI summit will be great. It will be a good way to secure partnership to move forward, and also to connect, to network with other startups working on agri-tech solution and food tech solution as well. And also it will be a opportunity to meet more investors as well, and also more startups working on the same field, so that we can network and see how we can move further in these food security issues in Africa.
Oh, excellent for this and for the work you're doing. So we have as well Johannes. Yeah, look, so what are the current bottlenecks you're experiencing, and how the session today, and but of course, like your participation in the program afterwards is going to help you scale up your solution.
Thank you. The bottlenecks that we do face in Ethiopia are the structure isn't promoting of innovation. That's why it has been starved of so much innovation and it has so much loss. If you go to other developed countries or developing countries, you might see that these problems have been solved 8 years ago or 6 years ago. But the bottleneck for us is just like roots, startups and innovators have a lack of access to finance because the time horizon for capital in Ethiopia is very short. And if we do get this opportunity, we would want to secure a lot of strategic partnerships because we do really believe that we are using AI practically to solve problems of 70 million smallholder farming households. And that is why we want to win this competition. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much for this. And I think like now they are telling me that judges will be joining very soon. And I think, well, thanks again for joining today's session. Learning about all your solutions is very inspiring. And as part of the AI for Global Summit, we're going to be like highlighting strongly solutions on the agri-food like industry segment. So we are going to have as well not only specialized sessions on stage, but as well a workshop on agri-food systems created by ITU. So as well, very happy to hear your perspectives and get you participate as part of the global initiative that we have in partnership with FAO. So I think that that would be great. And I would like to as well look into I think, Johannes, you have like really well described the challenges that you're facing, but I would like to hear more about Eunice, Kabira, and Samuel about challenges, and especially what is not being easy for you right now to overcome. Like, is it policy, regulatory support from the government, open collaboration with big tech companies, data collection? So let us know what is your main bottlenecks for like your company like to move forward.
So I can go if you are okay.
Thank you, Kabira.
Thank you for that question, William. So if I talk about Nimbora and the problem we are trying to solve, which is water conservation, the first challenge we are facing is behavioral inertia. Farmers rely on fixed irrigation habits, and they rely completely on their traditional knowledge, which was okay in earlier days, but everything around us is changing so fast. So that has to be changed. A second challenge, I would say that limited trust in new technology, especially in country like India, where internet is a challenge, cost is a challenge, and that initial hesitation is there to rely on AI-driven recommendation over their traditional practices. Third challenge, I would say that, as I mentioned, connectivity constraint. Luckily, our solution is an edge AI solution, so that's not a problem. But connectivity constraint, inconsistent internet, power availability in rural areas really affects real-time data flow. I would say next would be fragmented data. Lack of integrated access to soil, weather, and crop data for precision for decision making. And lastly, I can think about cost sensitivity. Farmers are cautious about upfront investment without clear and immediate returns. And we must not forget that most of the farmers are marginal and small holders. So I believe these are some of the challenges we are facing.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Kabira, for this. And now I think we have the judges back from the deliberation call. And I think there was quite a deliberation there because, yeah, you were discussing for a while. So I would be very happy to hear from you. I don't know if all of you would like to provide like really short remarks, this is possible, or otherwise one of you can announce, can provide feedback and announce the winner. So happy for both options. Who would like to go first, or who would like to provide feedback?
Well, Guillaume, I've been delegated
Oh,
to,
you have been delegated.
on
Okay.
behalf
Right.
of the judges, to make a little comments to everybody, and
you, Paul.
I'll do so, and then judges feel free to chime in. So just really want to thank the entrepreneurs here today and showing the spirit and putting yourself out there and being ambitious in the first place and solving a mixture of problems across the agri-food system with AI. It's very impressive, all of what you're doing, and we encourage all of you to keep going. And thanks for this platform and ITU for helping to shine a halo on some of these solutions, all of these solutions, which are very worthy, and we hope we keep seeing them growing into the world. But we could only choose one, and we were highly considerate of, it is a startup, it is a financial entity, it needs to plug into global food systems and take advantage of existing, say, decarbonization schemes, existing credits and things like markets like water, that it could drop in and scale very fast. And so we regard all of your startups with great respect, but ultimately we chose, for a mixture of reasons, the winning startup amongst these incredible 6 startups is Nimbora. Congratulations, Nambora, for the contest. We felt your startup was extremely technical, well integrated in AI. A very, very difficult problem because water is effectively so cheap, it's hard to really make a financial impact. But taking advantage of existing systems, one of the things that we felt like is like I have a very large global conglomerate about to grow a whole lot of cotton in India. And I felt like I could introduce you today to the people building that effort. And the fact that we could plug you right in today to something that could scale you large felt like the most high-speed startup we could sort of select in this case. So thanks to everybody for your work. Very impressive. And I'll let any other judges chime in if they'd like.
Just to chip in very quickly, and to echo Paul's words, really congratulations to all of you, because it's a extreme, it's an amazing way to finish the day. I think that we all think that each one of you brought not only just very innovative uses of AI, but very grounded solutions that respond to real challenges across the agri-food system, because that's what unites us here. And we have seen, water stewardship, climate resilience, food safety, market access, global health, farmer livelihood. So thank you for this journey. Congratulations for the winner. As Paul said, it was a really difficult decision, but and it's a very big challenge that you're aiming to tackle. But some things to polish. But let's see about how to turn on this very innovative concept of market, like water credit, verified water savings, into something really actionable, scalable, and we wish you all the best for the next steps.
Maybe also to echo Pose and Agostina's congratulations to all of you, and on behalf of the World Food Forum, we would like to extend an invitation for you. Keep an eye on our social media, but we'd like to invite you all to take part of the World Food Forum in October in the FAO HQ in Rome. So you can all get the chance to interact with other innovators and all of other entrepreneurs that they are championing and trying to transform our agri-food systems. And thank you all for your participation.
I'll just also quickly comment that I'm always impressed. All six of you are highly impressive, and I sometimes wish we could communicate this, the kind of work you're doing, more broadly. At Extreme Tech Challenge, our theme recently has been calling AI applied intelligence, and I think what's impressive is to see how broadly, I think a lot of people in the, I guess I'll say, non-global North think that AI is a very specialized, eccentric thing, and to see how widely and how universally it is being adopted in very clever and intelligent ways, I think is a very, very encouraging story. And I'm impressed with all of you who've picked up this technology, adapted it to local conditions, and right-sized it for the local conditions. I think that's very, very promising for the future. And you're all to be congratulated for that. And hopefully we'll see you again as you grow and mature your businesses.
Okay, thank you, John, for this. And congratulations, Kabira, for winning the session today. I don't know if you would like to share with us a few words.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, all esteemed judges. This validation really means a lot for us. And we are really very excited partnering with agencies like FAO, because that way we can align and realign with our mission and vision towards the common goal, which is SDG. We want to work on that. As I said earlier, that this water credit system needs a lot of awareness, and we need platform for that. And you are going to give us that platform globally. So really excited, and thank you very much again.
So thank you, Kabira, and thank you to all the startups. Thank you to the judges. And I know that we ran out, we ran over time for quite a bit, but thanks for staying with us. Paul and John, Agustina, and Abir. And now we will be in touch with the finalists today, and we'll have another closed session to hear more about your business plan and help you explore further business opportunities with the judges. We encourage you to check out the AI for Good program online, and we are very much looking forward to welcoming you all at the upcoming AI for Good Global Summit in Geneva, where you will be competing on a global stage with 11 other startups selected throughout the year. So thank you very much. And now I will pass the floor back to Anna for the closing information. Thank you. Thank you very much. Have a nice evening. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Guillaume.
Thank you very much.
And thank you to you, also Guillaume, to coming in the session, and Paulina, and the fantastic panel here. Also, it was brief but intense in terms of the conversations, and a great experience. Hope to be repeated.
Hope
Have
the
a nice
same.
evening.
Thank you, Agustina. Bye-bye. Have a nice evening. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye all.
Bye.
Thank you for participating in today's AI for Good session. We hope you've learnt something new, innovative, and engaging in today's event. We now encourage you to continue the conversation on the live video wall in the neural network. Here you can ask questions, like and comment, share links, complete the poll, connect with interesting profiles, or speak one-on-one using the chat and video function. We invite you to explore the lobby, try the smart matching quiz, visit the virtual exhibits, poster boards, the e-shop, and build your personalized AI for Good program. Let's shape the future of AI for Good.